Right now on Denver 7 News at 6, honoring a fallen police officer. Organizers are putting the finishing touches on Friday's memorial for Officer Dylan Vakoff.
I'm attorney and reporter Jessica Crawford. The suspect was transferred to this jail overnight. What to expect when he may appear in court this morning.
Teachers are so important in our lives, but there still aren't enough of them. We're digging deeper into how bad the shortage really is and the solution one university has to get more educators in the classrooms that need them most.
And hindsight's 2020, which Nathaniel Hackett knows all too well.
You know, looking back at it, we definitely should have gone for it.
The Broncos head coach is telling us what was going through his mind when he made the call that shocked fans Monday night.
And the doctor told us on the phone in the radiology department that he had terminal brain cancer.
A Colorado couple making the most out of a devastating diagnosis.
Simply just enjoying every single moment that we have.
What you can do this weekend to help find a cure. Every moment is precious for sure. Very inspiring story coming up. Thanks for sticking with us this morning. I'm Nicole Brady.
I'm Brian Sanders. Midweek point, roads looking okay right now?
Well, we do have a problem out to the east side, unfortunately.
All right.
Already starting it off busy.
All right, okay.
Yay.
Yep.
Yeah. Meanwhile, fall keeps trying to
It does.
inch in.
We get like a day of it.
Right.
It's like blazing hot
Back
again.
to 80s, yeah.
91 yesterday. It was a warm one. Today is going to be a lot cooler, a good 10, 12 degrees cooler. You can see from this shot here, our Viero camera out east in Lyman. We do have a bit more cloud cover out there early this morning. Your bus stop forecast, my little Mina's probably going to be calling me here in about 15 to 20 minutes to ask me what she should wear. I'd say a sweatshirt for the kiddos today. It's going to be a little cooler, mild this morning, but some low to mid 70s by the time they get home. We will see more cloud cover, chance for some scattered storms and showers today, and highs really statewide taking a nice break. Very fall-like in spots. Steamboat today 64, Gunnison 62, more upper 70s to low 80s for the eastern plains today. So it is going to be a little cooler and wet. We're going to see scattered storms and showers develop here in town this afternoon. We'll take a closer look at this futurecast coming up. It'll be really, Jason, today and tomorrow that we'll likely see some wet evening roads. Details on the Super 7 Day.
And it could be a little slick. We haven't had a lot of rain over the last several weeks, so we're going to see some slick conditions develop with that first initial water that we see on the roadways. Right now, we do have this crash I've been talking about all morning. It's actually on eastbound I-70 right after Peoria. It's causing delays all the way back to Havana. Take a look. Air Tracker 7 is just coming over it. And you can see the right lanes are still blocked up, as well as that left side. So these are the folks coming from Havana trying to go towards 225. These are the folks trying to could just continue on I-70. And with that crash right in the center part of the highway, we are seeing those delays, unfortunately. You can save yourself a little bit of time if you actually cut through Northfield. 47th Avenue could help you out. Going up to 56, it just takes a little bit of time to get up to 56 and get around it. If you're going to go to Pena Boulevard, that might be a better option, because at least then you can hit Pena Boulevard from that point. The rest of the drive looks okay. Pretty standard stuff for you everywhere else.
An Arvada police officer killed in the line of duty will be honored at the end of this week.
There is a memorial service for Officer Dylan Vakoff Friday at 10 a.m. at Flatirons Community Church in Lafayette, and everyone is invited to pay their respects. Officer Vakoff was killed responding to a service call early Sunday morning. He was 27 years old, an Arvada native and Air Force veteran. You can make a donation to his family through the Colorado Fallen Hero Foundation. We have a link to that through our website, denver7.com.
And of course, we will spend much of this week focusing on Officer Vakoff, but the man accused of killing him is in jail in Jefferson County now. He was just transferred overnight after first being hospitalized from injuries from that shooting. Attorney and Denver 7 reporter Jessica Crawford is outside the Jeffco Justice Complex with what's next in that case against Sonny Almanza.
That's right. So first, we're just going to take a look back. So Almanza was expected to be in court yesterday, but like you said, Nicole, he instead was at the hospital. Well, he's since been released to Jefferson County, and we are expecting to see him today at the courthouse. And we are talking about 31-year-old Sonny Thomas Almanza. He's accused of being involved in the exchange of gunfire that ended the life of Officer Vakoff on West 51st Avenue. That's near the intersection with Marshall Street. He faces a slew of charges, from possession of a weapon by a previous offender to first-degree murder of a peace officer with extreme indifference. Almanza hasn't been to court yet, but the first time he appears would be called a first advisement. And during the first advisement, there's a short hearing where the judge will talk to Almanza about the rights that he's facing facing about the charges. Defendants are also connected with court-appointed lawyers at that time if needed. Plus, the judge sets bond at that time. Here's how bond works here in Colorado. Being able to bond out is generally possible here, but if a person is charged with a capital offense and proof is evident or presumption is great that they did the crime, then the defendant would be held without bond. And Almanza is accused of a capital offense, which is first-degree murder, so there is a chance that he could be denied bond here because of the seriousness of the crime. And it's a crime that has been heartbreaking for so many people. And right now, as the criminal justice process continues, so does the emotional process. Up to 5,000 people are expected to attend Officer Vakoff's memorial on Friday. Live from Golden, I'm Jessica Crawford, Denver 7.
Thank you, Jessica. New numbers this morning are giving us a better picture of the teacher shortage affecting Colorado and the entire country. It may not be as dire as you thought. In a survey of 900 school superintendents, 78%, the vast majority, said their vacancy rate for teachers is under 5%. You can see here 14% had a vacancy rate up to 10%, but the numbers kind of go down from there. Only 1.4% said that they had 20% of a vacancy rate right now. It's still concerning, though, because almost all of the schools said the biggest problem driving the teacher shortage is simply not enough applicants. So when I found out a local college here just got millions of dollars to help train new teachers, I wanted to know more. CU Denver has decided to spend $7 million in federal grant money specifically to bring more teachers to Colorado's rural communities. The school is partnering with community colleges to offer prospective teachers paid internships, stipends, and other supports while they earn their degrees.
Does it solve all the problems of the rural teacher shortage? I wonder, might some of these teachers go through the training and then decide I'm going to move to a district that pays better?
We don't have a lot of data yet, but anecdotally and the stories that we hear, we know that our candidates get hired right back into that district. I'm sure a few of them will leave. We want everyone to have options, but the deep roots that most of our candidates have in the district really keeps them there. They're generations of family there.
Yeah, rural Colorado has struggled with a teacher shortage for years, well before the pandemic, in large part because teacher pay is so much lower in those districts compared with urban areas.
Well, this weekend, Denver is going to host once again the Colorado Brain Tumor Walk and Race, and it helps raise money to support families going through sometimes a terminal diagnosis.
Yeah. Danny New talked to a family, a husband and a wife, who got that heartbreaking news, but they're really doing a lot with their life right now and inspiring us.
Yeah, so Ira Bornstein was diagnosed with glioblastoma in July of 2020. And he was given 12 to 18 months to live. But if you saw the pictures of he and his wife Sandra over the last 2 years, you wouldn't really know it. First off, they're always smiling, even after brain surgery, which he had, even after finishing chemo. But now they just spend most of their time traveling and skiing, hanging with their kids and grandkids. They eat really healthy. And like I said, now it's been over 2 years. And his doctors have actually told him to keep doing what he's doing because it's working.
Wow.
There have been no new spots of cancer, and he's passed the timeline that he was once given.
We crack jokes with the neuro-oncologist. We're probably the only people that make his day because we sit there, we laugh with him, and we have a good time because we don't have any time to waste.
And instead of viewing it as a death sentence, they really ought to view it as a life sentence.
Wow.
So they said that funding for finding a cure for brain tumors is kind of behind the other cancers, and there's not enough education about it, not as much treatment about it. So this walk, which is going to be at Sloan's Lake on Saturday, is a great way to pitch in and help.
I hate that it takes something like that to help us appreciate, some of the little things in life.
So true.
The pandemic kind of did that as well, but
but now they're traveling all around.
I know. I hope we can all kind of embrace that attitude.
And laughing, I love it. Love their attitude. Yeah. Lisa, they should have some good weather for the walk.
They will, yeah. I'll show you that on the Super 7 Day, but it looks like sunshine this weekend and some pretty mild conditions in the morning and midday. Out the door today, you're going to find some mid to upper 60s, low 70s by about 10 o'clock. We're going to get into the upper 70s here by early afternoon. It's cooler today, chance of scattered storms and showers here this afternoon. I'll show you the timing of some of this wet weather both today and tomorrow coming up.
And right now you can see that we do have the one problem spot out to the east side of town. It's on the eastbound side of I-70. But talking about this wreck here after Peoria for some time, you see a couple more cars in here. One is getting hooked up onto the tow truck. Center part of the highway is blocked, so traffic is being pushed back all the way to before Havana. You could try 47th Avenue. That'll take you on over here to Peoria. You could jump on from there. You could also work your way on over to Pena Boulevard or to Airport and then work your way back to I-70. But this I-70 drive is one of the slowest ones, 15 to 20 minutes now coming in from I-25.
Taking a live look at Buckingham Palace this morning, thousands are already lined up, and the lines could eventually stretch for miles ahead of the latest leg in Queen Elizabeth's final journey. Where are your retirement accounts headed today? We'll have a look at stocks ahead of the opening bell after yesterday's huge sell-off and inflation report.
And it may look normal on the outside, but the Stanley Hotel is making some upgrades inside, showing off its horror history.